This video has been provided to help you with certain steps in the assembly of your table. The steps covered in this video are the ones that are usually of most concern with our customers. The model table shown in this video is a pool table with a Slatron bed. Steps shown in this video apply to all models of 8-foot pool tables, including slate tables. Your table may appear or may not appear as the table shown in the video. If you have any questions about assembly, please contact us at 1-800-426-1421.
Hello, my name is Chuck, and I'm an engineer for the company that manufactured your new pool table. We would like to thank you for the purchase of our product and hope you get many years of enjoyment from it. We do supply a very comprehensive instruction manual to assist you in assembly of your table. We offer an 800 number. Should you have any questions or problems, give us a call. The purpose of this video is to help you through the more difficult aspects of the assembly. There are 3 phases we wish to cover. The first phase will be squaring and leveling of the frame. The second phase will be attachment and leveling of the plane surface. And the third phase will be clothing the table. Let's get started and square and level our frame. Hello, Bill. How's it going?
Hi, Chuck.
This is Bill. He's an engineer here at the plant. He's going to be helping us out today.
Hi.
Looks like you got the table set in place.
Table's already in position, and at this point we want to check diagonal measurements.
Okay.
Use your tape.
Make sure we're all squared up here.
This measurement needs to be approximately 61 inches.
Okay, we're about 60 and a half here, Bill, so we need to twist our frame a little bit. Okay, then we're at 61.
This measurement also needs to be approximately 61 inches.
Okay, we're 61 and 1/8, which is in good shape. We're within an 1/8-inch square, which is fine. Okay, let's tighten down the frame here, finish tightening it all down. Okay.
We need to check our square dimension once again on the diagonal. How's that look?
Okay, that changed it about 1/16 of an inch. But we're still within an 1/8 inch. We're fine. We're ready to level the table.
You need to place your level on a diagonal from tightening point to tightening point, and how does that look?
Yeah, it looks like we might be a little low on this leg over here.
Okay, we need to cut some chipboard. We provide that in our kits.
Okay. Kind of eyeball this, make sure it's not too much bigger than a leg.
Okay. Hold the table up a little bit, please, and we'll place that shim under the leg post. And once again, we'll check for level.
That looks nice.
So we got lucky, didn't we, Chuck?
Yep, a lot of times we have to do 2 or 3 legs. Well, that wasn't too bad, was it? As you can see, if you follow the step-by-step instructions in the manual, the assembly is pretty straightforward. But there are a few key points to remember. Number 1, when you move a pool table, it has to be leveled. So make sure you have the table where you want it before you square and level it. Number 2, once your frame is square, tighten all your hardware. Because once this table is put together, you can't get to some of these nuts and bolts. And number 3, if you need additional shim material under the legs, you can use a hard board, or if you need a thin shim, you can use a playing card. Do not use a corrugated cardboard because it will compress over time. Okay, we have the frame square and level. Now let's attach and level the plane surface. Bill, I see we have our plane surface sections in place.
We sure are, Chuck, and I've got the markings on your side of the table.
This is very critical. This is a Slatron table. These markings need to line up or your assembly will be at least twice as difficult. Let's get our center section in place here and get it centered up.
Okay, we should have about equal overhang on each side, approximately a 1/2 inch.
I'm looking good there. I also want to cut the countersink holes in the slats about halfway. That'll tell you this piece is centered. Okay, looks good.
Okay, we need our drill and an 1/8 inch bit to drill our holes for attachment.
Okay. Okay, the reason we do this is it makes your screw shoot easier into the slat, especially if you're using a hand driver. It also eliminates any buildup that the screw is going to cause as you do drive it in. Okay. Now we're going to pull this section down. We want to start with the center screw. As we pull down, we want to make sure we're pulling down tight.
How's that look?
That looks pretty good. Down tight. The reason you want to check it, visually check this, is when you shoot your screw, you can pull this away from here and be putting a crown in it if you're not tight down against your slat. You've been using your level, you want to take it and lay it across your slatron because we're going to check for flatness. This material can flex, unlike slate, and we need to check it to make sure it's flat across the table. A good way to do that is visually look for daylight or take a piece of paper and run along it. Can't get it under there anywhere, you're in good shape. You want to check out both sides. The reason we're checking this now and how it does vary from slate, slate you lay all three pieces on the table and shoot it down. Because slate varies in thickness from piece to piece, you're shimming one piece. Slatron is the same thickness from piece to piece, especially if you have your markings lined up. Therefore, if you have to do any shimming, you shim both pieces identical.
We have a low spot right here, Chuck, so that should tell us we're going to require a shim to bring the surface up.
Okay, in this case, what we would do is back out the screw closest to where we're low. Okay, let me get a shim put under there. And I'm putting that shim just halfway under, so it will also apply to this end piece. If you take your time and check this, when you're all finished, you'll have a real good and flat play surface. Now we're ready to go to an end. Get the end up here, Bill.
Want to match your edges up side to side.
We've already drilled the pilot holes in this just to help speed things up. You do need to attach it. As we shoot your screw, you want to start in the center again. You want to press and force this into the center piece. Pull down. Okay, now that that's attached, we're going to use our level. Bill, get this all.
Looks like we've got a low spot right at this point, Chuck, so we'll need to address that with shims.
Okay. Since we have this piece flat and this is a low spot, it could be in the board, we're going to put this shim in the way we would on a slate table. And that's from under the table, because we just need to shim the one piece. Okay, Bill, how's that look?
Looking pretty good, Chuck, when you tighten the screws back. That has corrected the problem with that shim.
And we want to check diagonally and make sure we're pockets. This is another point where we have a lot of problems. The pockets tend to taper off, and it's just loosening the outer screws and shimming on the end slat.
Right.
I think we're ready to do the other end now.
Once again, you want to line up your edges.
Remember, You want to keep pressure on this joint when you shoot that center screw. I'm going to lean against this as I shoot it. Keep that tight. Okay.
Get the level across, we'll check to see if we have any low spots. And we look real good at this time.
Okay, let's check our pocket there. Okay, looks
Like a low spot, Chuck.
what we're going to do is back this screw out.
And place a shim between the slat and the slatron.
Tighten that back down, and then we'll check and see if we have any gaps there.
Looks great. We've corrected the problem.
Do this through your whole bed. Once everything's attached and everything's put on, we probably need to check it for level one more time.
I think so.
To see if we've settled in the carpet. As you add weight to this, if you have a thick carpet, a new carpet, the table's liable to settle a little bit. Okay, we have our play field attached and all leveled out, flat. We're going to grout our holes now. We're going to grout the 4 center holes on Slatron. These 2 and these 2. Bill, I see you're mixing up the grout.
I sure am, Chuck, and this grout, which comes in your kit with your pool table, should be poured into your mixing cup at about half a bag at a time. Add some water and mix to the consistency of, let's say, peanut butter. This is about ready, and we're ready to fill our hole. You want to put the grout into the hole with your putty knife, overfill the hole slightly.
Of course, the reason we're overfilling is because this will shrink a little bit when it dries.
And we're ready to move on.
Now that our grout's dry, how's that feel down there, Bill?
This one's ready.
And I think this one is too. If you do sand too early, you can pull grout out of the hole and you would have to re-grout. We're going to sand this grout flush to the playing surface and at the same time hit the seams. When this material is cut, the saw does raise the edge ever so slightly, and to get a good smooth playing surface, we just want to knock that edge off. I think we're ready to sand, Bill. Okay, attaching and leveling the playing surface is a pretty big job. In fact, it's a major step in assembling your new pool table. But with that job done, we're ready to glue on the cloth. Now that we have our playing surface all sanded, it's time to clean it off so we can lay our cloth down. Are you ready, Bill?
I sure am.
Majority of the dust off. You ready to wipe it down?
Yes, we are. Need a damp cloth for this, Chuck.
Okay, we can roll our cloth out.
What you want to do is make sure that this is evenly placed over the playing surface of the table.
What we're going to do is pull back our first edge. And we're going to apply a band of glue. And we're just applying a band. We do not glue the whole surface. As you can notice, Bill has a piece of cardboard there, and that's to keep it from getting on the carpet or the bottom of the table. We just cut that out of the packaging. It's just a scrap piece of corrugate. We spray in the edge there. This glue is a glue that needs to tack before it has any adhesion power. So once he sprays that, we need to let it set at least a minute. The way to check it is with your finger, and if it grabs your finger, you've got to pull your finger loose, then we're ready to lay the cloth back. So we're not doing any stretching on this. All we're going to do is fold it back over the glue.
Looks like our glue is about ready, and we can lay this thin section over the edge. Smooth down.
As you see, there's no stretching. All we're doing is laying it in place. Okay, now we want to go to the side. And the manual covers this very detailed also. So while you're waiting on your glue to tack off, you might want to take a look at it if you think you need any extra assistance. You do want a good solid coverage along the entire length of the area. Now this side, we're going to do the same thing that we've done on the end. We're just going to lay the cloth back over the flat surface and around the edge. One reason we're getting this around the edge is so when we stretch this cloth, it just gives it a little extra holding power, because you eliminate all this shear here by having some holding power on the edge.
It's about ready, Chuck.
Okay. Now we're going to come over to this side, fold back, and just kind of repeat what we've done. Now this side, we will be stretching the cloth. You do want your cloth tight. If you run your fingers across it and it bunches up like this, your cloth is too loose when you're all finished. And you want to be able to run that finger across there and have no bunch up in front of it. To help give you leverage when you're stretching this, because this cloth does stretch, we'll put our feet against the legs of the table, help us pull harder, and it keeps the table from sliding. How's it looking, Bill?
It's not quite ready, Chuck. Haven't waited long enough.
One thing that will happen if you don't wait long enough for your glue to tack off, when you go to give this final stretch, you're going to pull loose from the opposite side.
That's right. Okay, I think we're ready.
As you can see, we ended up with about 4 more inches of cloth overhang here. That's how much we're stretching this. We're giving it a good pull. Now we're going to do this final end, and this is going to be your hardest stretch. You're pulling out everything to get a good, tight surface.
Okay, we're ready to go. Make our final stretch.
One nice thing about the glue, once you, if we didn't get it tight enough, we can lift this back up, respray it, and restretch it. But as you can see, it doesn't bunch up. It's good and tight.
Okay, we've just finished clothing our table, and we're about ready to cut our pockets. We have corner pockets and we have side pockets. What we need to do initially is trim up some of our excess cloth. And the first thing you want to do is find the center of the pocket. Once you do that, you'll make an initial cut, nice and straight, to within about 3/4 of an inch of where the edge of the table is. Just at that point, we'll make another pie cut. And what we have now are 2 pieces of pie. And as you see, as we cut, the cloth begins to drop down and lay in place. And this is what we're trying to do. We need to make another pie cut in the middle, nice and straight. The pocket fingers are beginning to lay in place, and they're not quite ready. There's still too much tension on the cloth. So to correct that, we'll cut a little more, and as we do, you can see the cloth begins to form on the underside of the table. You need to take your time, do this very slowly, and you will be able to cloth your pocket very easily. Once you get to this point, trim off some of your excess so it's not in the way. You want to lay your cut fingers back over the top of the table. Take your piece of corrugated. Spray the pocket face first. Take your time. Be sure and spray an adequate amount of glue. Then to the underside of the table, spray enough glue so that your finger adheres to the table completely. Very important. You need to wait for your glue to become tacky, which is done by this touch, which is not ready yet. Looks like it's ready, and we're going to attach these fingers to this pocket. Take each finger, draw the finger down, press against the face of the pocket, and apply to the underside of the play surface. You're going to get some glue on your fingers. You're going to get some cloth on your fingers. That's okay. As you press the finger against the bottom of the table, make sure it's fully applied and not hanging down. If it hangs down, it'll pull away and your pocket will not stay. Okay? We're all set. We're ready to move to a side pocket. Okay, we've got our corner pocket done. We're ready to cut a side pocket. Pretty much the same rules to follow here. We need to trim some of our excess out of the way and find the center of the pocket to make our first cut. Take your time, cut nice and straight, to within about 3/4 of an inch of your playing surface. Once again, we're going to make a pie shape. Go to the corner of your pocket as such. And we formed our pie shapes. Make another cut. Cut your pie shape in half. And as you see, as you do that, your fingers are beginning to relax and fall. Now you have to make another cut here and here, and it's beginning to fall in place. A little bit of tension there. And what we're going to do at this time, because this is not falling in place exactly right, is make an additional cut on this one. And we're where we want to be. So at this time, we'll fold our fingers back on the table surface. Apply your glue. Pocket face first. And into the underside of the table. You want to be careful not to overspray onto your playing surface. Again, you have to wait and allow the glue to tack up, but you should wait at least a minute. We're ready to do our side pocket. Pull your finger down, apply it to the face, press against the underside of the table. If you go back and feel the face of the pocket, and there's a bubble there, you know that it's not down solidly, and you want to press it into place. Once you get done, run your finger around the face of the pocket and smooth it down. Make sure all your fingers are applied to the underside of the table. And we're ready to move to our next pocket.
Cutting in those pockets is a pretty delicate procedure, and each one is a little bit different. But if you take your time and don't hurry, you should be able to do a pretty good job. The rest of your assembly shouldn't take long at all. You should be up and playing in no time. Enjoy your new table.
Well, we got her all put together. Looks pretty good, doesn't it, Bill?
Yes, it does.
Let's see how she plays. Call him. Heads. Looks like you're breaking.
Your history check.